up, everybody? I'm Tara Wellman. This is Bird Seeds, and I have a video for you that is not at all about the current Cardinals, really. It's not at all about all the changes, so the new Cardinals. In fact, it's about an event that happened, like, months ago. Listen, there's been a lot going on since then, but a few months back, really towards the beginning of the season, quite honestly, I can't remember what the date was. Should probably know that. I was invited with a bunch of other Cardinals bloggers, including some of my fellow Birds on the Black friends, to Busch Stadium for their annual Blogger Day event. We call it UCB Weekend. Now, I was shooting video most of the day. I just didn't really do anything with it until recently. So now I am going to show you video that took place then, just because I don't want to talk about all the changes that are happening with the Cardinals now, because by the time I actually upload this, that'll probably change too. So, without further ado, let me take you on the journey through UCB Weekend. Good morning, Cardinals fans. It is UCB Weekend, which if you don't know what that is, you're missing out, but I am headed to Busch Stadium, and I got my coffee, got my jacket because it's sort of rainy. Hopefully that doesn't become a problem. But we're gonna go hang out with some friends, some new people that will hopefully become friends. We're gonna talk to John Mazalak. We're gonna watch some baseball, and I'm gonna shoot some video of it all along the way. So stay tuned.
Seriously on your thoughts and insights on how this club is doing, and in a lot of ways it's sort of like that informal report card, if you will.
Do you guys have any kind of practices to try to teach guys how to change spin rates? Either if you have a guy that you want to live low in the zone, kind of how to take some off and keep the velocity, or for like Hicks, it might help him if he can bump it up and live higher in the zone and maybe get more swing and miss on his fastball.
When you look at understanding what a pitcher's strength is based on spin rate, that's what we're trying to adapt to. In terms of taking that next step and trying to increase someone's spin rate, our hope is and we're going to invest heavily in Jupiter to try to create our own pitching lab where we have the ability to start messing around with this in the off season. That's our goal. And when you're looking at how to do that, I think we have like the right personnel in place to build this curriculum and allow pitchers to maybe move the needle there, but I don't think we're quite there yet. And I would hope this time next year we have bricks and mortar up, pitching labs moving, and we've already seen some small signs of success.
Not sure how we made it this far without anyone asking about Jordan Hicks, so I'll do it. This young kid, you might have heard of him. A little bit of a surprise making the roster out of spring training, but has obviously taken things by storm and really has faced every opportunity that he's been given. What is your take on maybe a little bit of a risk giving him so much responsibility in high leverage situations early, and how you see that translating with him moving forward?
Well, I feel like I could sit here for an hour and talk about Jordan Hicks.
I'm okay with that.
We all are.
I don't know if everybody. It's just such an interesting thing, right? Because like, how many times do you promote somebody from A-ball to the big leagues? And not only did he not come directly from A-ball, it actually had a spring training where he was in big league camp and arguably was demoted to step camp, and then makes 2 appearances the last week of spring training, and all of a sudden now he's in the big leagues. I mean, it's a very unique story, a very unique road or path to the major leagues, and I think like when you try to take a deep dive into that, there's a lot of things you could look at and understand, but I think like for me, like everybody was like, why would you take that chance, or why would you do it? And for me it was pretty simple, because when I was talking with Yachty and Mike Matheny that night after that start at the Nationals in spring training, You know, the one thing that Yachty said to me was like, you know, let me take hold of this wheel, meaning as if I'm going to drive the car and see what we have. And that was a pretty compelling statement to me because it was, you know, he knows how to work pitchers to their strengths, get the most out of them. And for me, I felt like just like this internal confidence that with him behind the wheel, great things could happen.
I know you get asked about it a lot. The blue hats on the road. I know that you're a purist. I know you like the red with the red cleats. Is there any chance at all that we would see a return to the permanent blue hats on the road, and how many signatures would we need to get that?
Sounds like I know where you stand. You know, I think I really like the way it is now. I think it's sort of clever. I've always been a fan of uniform contrasts, and I've always hated when, like, for example, I cringed in spring training when the Cardinals had the red spring training tops. And I think it was the Nats we were playing towards the end, and they had the red, and you couldn't tell them apart except for like a little bit of a gray tan difference. That bugged me, like you can't, like more than the blue hat with the red hat.
A little OCD there, huh?
And so I've just always loved great. Whenever the Super Bowl comes on, or a football game comes on Sunday, or even any baseball game, the first thing that pops in my head is, what does it look like from a uniform standpoint? And I kind of in my head grade matchups based on like a perfect relationship between the two uniforms. I guess I'm just a visual person, so I don't know. I kind of like this the way we do it, and the one thing I will tell you we're debating a little bit is a lot of people have been pounding on me about the powder blue jerseys, and I've always said, you know, that belongs in the 80s. It's a great identifier to that classic team, but you know, I've seen a version of it for a road with sort of a modern logos on it, and it looks pretty cool. So, I don't know, maybe there's a specialty one to be had. But then again, I always check myself. You know, I don't want to become that team where every day is a different look.
Oh,
Hold on. In the park, home run.
how about that Colton Wong?
Oh, you want to know about Colton Wong? There was a Colton Wong question.
Yeah.
Let me just.
I'm so happy.
He just needed me to be here. He just needed me to be here. We should have a Birds on the Block night. You guys can come and meet us and see how awkward we are in real life.
It's a disaster.
It's really terrifying. But we're awkward together, so
Yeah,
it works out.
It's actually great. It's so awkward that Zach won't even take part in it. Like, Zach's out there watching
Let me
this
just
thinking.
hold on.
Cardinal third base coach, Jose Oquendo. They want to see if you can hit that fastball inside when you first come to the big show.
It's a pretty awesome setup. It's pretty great in here. This is really about as great of an experience as you can get for just being a blogger. Not all of us have that fancy little press pass.
It says talent, which makes me feel
Are you
very bad.
talent?
Look at that.
Really not talent. I think, honestly, they had the wrong card stock in the printer when I got printed. Because it's me and the TV guys that want to say talent. I'm not on
You should find a way to take advantage of that.
But the thing is, I don't even know what I could do aside from be on TV. I don't want to do that.
Well, you're on Periscope.
That's true. I'm on mobile TV.
Yeah.
You can watch me excitingly fill out my scorecard.
We are. Scorecard happening live.
You do it in pen too. I give you credit for that.
I do it in pen. And for the most
Risky
part.
move.
Risky.
Well, so
Risky
here's
move.
I can.
So, full disclosure, that's all there is. I didn't shoot any sort of wrap up or conclusion to the day. To be quite honest, it sort of got a little out of control and chaotic after the game, trying to make sure I spoke to everyone that I wanted to speak to and find people that I was looking for after the game, and then I ended up just getting to my car having not shot any sort of conclusion. So the moral of that story, all of that is, The Cardinals won. Colton Wong hit a home run. We had a great time live on Periscope with Zach, who did join us from outside, and Kyle, the Birds on the Black gang. And we look forward to doing it again sometime. So many thanks to the St. Louis Cardinals for including us. It's been a wild season, but you know what? That day was just one to sit back and enjoy this crazy thing of baseball that we all love. So thank you to them. Thank you to you. Hello to all of my friends that I see once a year other than through the internet. And let the Birds chaos continue. Until next time, I'm Tara Wellman.